The Italian F4 Championship here this weekend returns to Misano from the 11th to the 12th of October. Earlier on today, we saw probably the best race we will ever see, and big news coming from the pit lane. Gabriel Gomez is not at the moment on the grid. After during the outlap here, Gabriel Gomez had stopped on the circuit unknown to the problem. Our championship contender, Gabriel Gomez, is in the pit lane.
Roberta, the championship leader, though, is speaking with Laura Cola.
Well, Kian, a good start race this morning. Sure, you're thinking on the title now, and with Gomez out, it's done.
Yeah, this morning was a pretty good day so far. Not really how I wanted to win the championship, to be honest, but at least now I can send it without any worries, to be honest. So hopefully we'll go after another podium. Don't really need to care much anymore, so just full send, really.
Thank you.
This is insane. How the tides can turn. Race number 2. Gabriel Gomez is out in race number 2. His championship hopes are down the drain. I said how he can win the championship this weekend if Gabriel Gomez just DNFs one race or doesn't even start. And that's exactly what's happened. Our championship contender, Gabriel Gomez, I'm sure he'll be doing his best to try and get that car out there, but it doesn't seem as if they're at an urgent state to try and get that car back out there at this point. The starting grid, it's Gabriel Gomez, who was meant to start on the front row, but it's Sebastian Weldon in second, Newman Chi in third, Maximilian Popov in position 4. Alongside Maximilian Popov, we have Andreas Charles Jupp, and we have Kin Nakamura Bertha, with Kabir Anurag and Kirill Kostov in position 8. Manuel Olivieri in P9, David Cosmo Christopher in P10, and Alexander Savinkov in P11. Artem Severukhin sits in P12. Jane Collar in P13. Alex Powell, the American sensation, in P14. Bart Harris in P15. Alexander Vuta in P16. Andrea Kostic in P17. Matilda Pats in P18. Andy Kosny in P19. And Emily Cotti in position 20, rounding out your top 20 cars. Ari Benzel in P21, Peyton Westcott in P22, Badu Alsati in P23, Florian Harenter, along with David Walter, Andrea Rodriguez. We also have Nicolas Cortez and Francesco Pio Coppola in position 28. Cornelia Aluk in P29, and Nathaniel Barabee lining up on the back row of the grid. They're starting in position 30 on this grid. A big group of cars, and we're at grid capacity here this weekend for the Italian F4 Championship. It is so, so good to see. But now, Sebastian Weldon will be starting from pole position once more. It's 2 poles in a row, and he was taken by, well, at this point, by default. He's taken pole position by default. Gabriel Gomez is not in this race. It's huge for the championship. Kin Nakamura Berta has won the championship now. He's won the championship before the race has even started or ended. It's insane how things can change in this championship. But it's good to see that we had a championship battle on our hands. On the way out to the grid, Gabriel Gomez stopped, and he's no longer in this race. It's huge. The names that are no longer now in this race. Of course, Kin Nakamura Berta can be the one. After 2 years, he finished 4th last year, close in behind Freddie Slater. This year, it's going down to the wire in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. It's Monza, the Temple of Speed, where Freca will be heading to next. The Temple of Speed. Track temperature 31 degrees, air temperature 20 degrees. Not much sunlight on the circuit either, so the circuit is not that bad in terms of heat reduction. 31 degrees is not a bad temperature, but Sebastian Weldon has pushed on with it here on this formation lap, wanting to get back around. He wants to see if he can try and go 2 from 2 in the Italian F4 Championship. Of course, this weekend we have 5 races, not 4, not 3, not 2, but 5 races here this weekend. And the reason why we had that 5th race in is because, of course, we had that huge shunt at Imola with 14 cars taken out of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix circuit in race number 2 of the weekend. Sadly, that race was not going ahead, but we had one more race for the weekend that ended up not in a bad shape whatsoever. Gabriel Gomez, oh my god, he's being pushed back into the pits. He is no longer in this race. Of course, the Italian F4 Championship gets the right of pit garages this weekend because, of course, it is their finale. So they get right to pit garages, which is quite cool indeed. And TCR Italy and Porsche Carrera Cup Italia get the paddock to contend with. But we're about to get this race underway for the Italian F4 Championship. This is going to be good. The cars lining up on the back row of the grid. We are awaiting confirmation of that green flag at the back. Unless, of course, there's a delayed start, which I don't think there will be. Not at this point anyway. There's Gabriel Gomez jumping out of that car. And good to see that we're getting behind-the-scenes footage of that car in the garage. We've got 3, we've got 4, we've got 5 red lights, and it's race number 2 for the Italian F4 Championship. Can Sebastian Weldon go back-to-back? It's lights out, and away we go. Sebastian Weldon, good start. Off the front row of the grid, there's Maximilian Popov looking up inside. Kin Nakamura Berta alongside him. Side by side, these two went side by side in race number 1. Kin Nakamura Berta puts himself up into P2. Salim Hanna in P2. Kin Nakamura Berta in P3, Maximilian Popov in P4. Good start from Sebastian Weldon. He wants to go back-to-back on what he did just race 1. Beautiful start from everybody on this grid here. Beautiful start indeed. And there's a car out of the background, a car off in the grass. Not at high speed, but there's a yellow flag out. Will we go safety car for the first time this weekend? Everybody has gone absolutely bazunga mode and has sent it into turn number 1. Lap 1, turn 1, and there's a car off. It seems as if we've gone green. Newman Chi and Andrea Charles Dup in P3. Maximilian Popov, Kai Anurag, Kin Nakamura Berta sits in P6. But Sebastian Weldon leads by 0.3 of a second. Behind Newman Chi, the rookie, could possibly win overall here this weekend in race number 2 if he continues to apply the pressure onto the back of Sebastian Weldon. Can anybody stop him this weekend at Mugello? Kin Nakamura Berta off the road. And now, putting pressure on the back of Maximilian Popov. this battle for P number 4 or 3 on this grid. Andreas Charles Dup being put under pressure. Popov there as well. But we continue and we finish lap 1. Covering off is Maximilian Popov. From the cars behind, that sit of 1 is Kin Nakamura Berta. He wants to have fun in this race. He's wrapped the championship up. He wants to have fun. And that's exactly what he plans on doing. Doesn't matter. Oh, contact! Contact between 2 cars. And that is one of the Alpine livery cars. That's Kai Anurag making contact there with Maximilian Popov as he went to go up the inside. A bit risky, but contact. And he was lucky not to send him around. I saw that before they even hit the apex. That they were close to making contact. They ended up making contact and it didn't end well. I think Kai Anurag now has suspension damage on that car, or even a broken front wing, which would not be good. There's Savinkov. Further back, this is Livieri. David Christopher as well, running in this one. That's car 25 out of this race as well. So many names dropped out of this. If, of course, Kin Nakamura was to DNF this race, it would mean that it would go to race number 3 a little bit later on today. Which would be absolutely huge. There's battles going on further back down the grid. Let's take a look at this race. Restart here. This is a replay, and that's how we got that yellow flag out. That is car 28 being spun around. And in the process out of this race has made his way back to the pit lane, and I reckon that car has some sort of chassis damage. Sebastian Weldon, the American sensation, is flying once more, 37.3. They are 1 second off the pace in race 1 of what we saw. Kai Anurag trying to make his way back up the grids. Here, 3 wide, and this is not going to end well. Is there going to be contact? Anurag pushes him off. This is car 23. They're 3 wides. 3 wide contact with Anurag. Anurag now goes back off the road and will lose many positions in the process. Kicks up the dirt, and there's a massive train behind him that'll only lose multiple positions. They're all filing for position here. And behind him, Severukin and Alexander Ruta, all trying to scrap for these positions. And this is just for 1 point. Anurag is holding on, but he's under pressure by many cars. Contact nearly spun around. And Cosmo Christopher there. And Alex Powell are right there as well. It's absolutely kicked off 3 wides as they run into probably the fastest corner on this circuit. Easy to spin and go on that left-hand side barrier. But they seem to go through quite nicely. It's a block of F4 cars. Moving to the left-hand side, contacts. That is not going to end well either. That's Alex Powell trying to look up the inside. There's a block of F4 cars. And guess who's in the middle of it? It's Severukin. It's all kicking off here. Anurag looking to the insides. It's a block of F4 cars here. This is not going to end well. Surely one of them ends up spinning. This is epic racing in the Italian F4 Championship. This is what we love to see. Yeah, meanwhile, Kin Nakamura Berta sets the fastest lap of the race by 1/10 over Sebastian Weldon, 1:36.7. Fastest lap of the race. Cars blocking off 3 and 4 wides. Well, I say trying to go 3 or 4 wide, but it's not going to happen around this circuit, at this Misano circuit. It's made for danger, this circuit. Very much, but it now calms down, or so I think.
The French Mercedes AMG Junior down into turn 8. Al Salati holds the place. Ari Barnsell, newly crowned GB4 champion. The Indian for Us Racing, the driver from Bangalore in the subcontinent, car 46, has gone on by. The Prema Racing duo, in fact, the Prema Racing trio, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, in fact. Weldon, he's walking away with this one in the early stages of the second race, over 1 second clear. This battle for P2, Chi, Dupe, Kin Nakamura Berta, the champion-elect. will become the 12th champion of the world's most competitive car racing series. Junior car racing series, I should say. The first driver from the land of the rising sun, the English-born Slovakian Japanese star, will be the champion for 2025. Goes on by and takes his French teammate, Andrea Dupé, who just falls off the podium. And the team from Gricignano, near Vicenza, near Venice in the northeast of Italy. Prema run 1, 2, 3 and 4. Kutskov for Murphy Racing in P5. Trying to catch the 3 red and white machines ahead, but it's the Andretti Jr. from St. Pete in Florida in the United States of America, Sebastian Weldon, who leads by almost a second and a half now as they come out of turn 8. Andy Consani, incidentally, has also pulled down into pit lane. Looks as though he's become another retirement, joining Florentin Hatema and Gabriel Gomez. Weldon down the back straight in position 1, the second generation racer. In fact, Andy Consani has just left pit lane now, so not a retirement. He's made a stop, has rejoined. He's still on the same lap, but way down in 28th place behind Cornelia Olkutska. Emily Cotti, incidentally, she leads the women's trophy from Peyton Westcott, Matilda Parts and Cornelia. And the top rookie, P2 Newman Chi, behind this driver on your screen, Sebastian Weldon. We'll check the gap. Last time 1.38 seconds, back to Newman Chi. 1.6. Weldon pulls away from Newman Chi, who took an intelligent, very mature victory to the young Chinese rookie in the third round of the championship at Monza earlier on in the season. Commendable drive to take his first win in the Italian F4 Championship. He's now the top rookie. This is Kirill Kutskov going through. Davai Kirill up into P5. This 44 strong field racing in the final round of the Italian F4 Championship. Out of 44 drivers, the Murphy Racing driver is now in P5, closing in fact, on the back of Andrea Dupé, the French driver now living in Milan. There's Popov behind Olivieri, Cosmo Christopher, third in the rookie race, 8th outright from Savinkov and Alexander Ruta. Weldon down the back straight on this lap 6 of the second of 5 races here this weekend. Nakamura Berger 136.791, the fastest on circuit. As Newman Chi drones in on the race leader, his Prema Racing teammate, the top rookie. This is the champion-elect, Kin Nakamura Berta. Fastest lap of the race. Second this morning from grid 5. Currently in third place, going into the 16th and final corner. As the field start their 7th lap, being led by the American, who's got a stunning future ahead of him, as does this driver, Kin Nakamura Berta. Sebastian Weldon, incidentally, came into this second of 5 races this weekend. 16 points behind Gabriel Gomez. If you're just joining us, the boy from Florianopolis, south of Sao Paulo, on the eastern coast of Brazil, as KMB goes faster once again. Gomez was to have started from pole position, stopped on the formation lap, coming out of Tramonto on the back straight, pulled back into pit lane. The car was pushed into the garage. Gomez did not start from pit lane. His championship charge is over. This is Olivieri in 68 for the RHGP team. On the back of Popov, who had that contact in the early stages of the race with Kabir Anorak, who's still circulating down in 13th place.
Yeah, and you think back to people like Freddie Slater, who took that championship down to the wire last year out at Monza. You think of people like that, Freddie Slater. You can only I can remember his reaction when watching it. It was spectacular. It was a spectacular win. He won it, and won the championship in the process. Remember that, Monza. And it was the same thing on the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. With those drivers that are now in Formula 3. Just got to think back to Monza last year. But this year we wrap it up at Misano for the Italian F4 Championship. It's been an absolute amazing year. Of course, the final round, it's quite sad to see the Italian F4 Championship to wrap up for 2025. But it's not going to be it yet. It's been quite a spectacular year. And there's a car slowing off to the left-hand side. Who is that slowing? We will get you that information as soon as possible. There's a car slowing to the left-hand side on the dirtier side of the circuit, where all the rubber build-up from TCR Italy has just been done there. Big tyre explosion in that race. So they had to clean up as much of that rubber before, of course, the Italian F4 Championship began. And then, of course, the marshals once more had to pull out and recover the broken Gabriel Gomez's car of some sort. Unsure as to that. We'll get you that information in race number 3 of the weekend. 5 races this weekend. The biggest race calendar for the final round championship. But now, King Nakamura, you heard him on the grid with Lara Colla saying that he didn't want to wrap the championship up like this. He wanted to go down to the final race with Gomez and have an epic battle, but sadly, things don't go that way. And now he wants to have fun in this race and try and make his way up through the field, and maybe even just a podium he said he'd be happy with.
More of a test session because we've still got one race remaining later on today. It's at 5 o'clock local time. That is A versus C, racing to tomorrow's final, where the first 36 will go through. Max Popov in car 3 almost certainly will line up on the grid tomorrow. Great performance from Andrea Dupé. Weldon going on through on lap 9, the gap 2.4 seconds. Back to Newman Chi. King Nakamura Berta. A long line of champions. He will write his name into history. Second year in the series, narrowly lost the rookie title down the very final race in 2024 to Alex Powell. He'll become the 7th driver for the Bremer Racing Team to win the Drivers' Championship. Sebastian Weldon may well overtake Gabriel Gomez if he takes his 2nd victory here for the title of Vice Champion and potentially pick up his 5th victory of 2025. Gomez has rejoined 7 laps down after alternator failure on the formation lap. This is Nakamura Berta, 51 on the back of Newman Chi, his Chinese teammate. So the most competitive junior single-seater car racing series in the world sees drivers from the United States of America, the People's Republic of China, Japan, France, and from Russia, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. King Nakamura Berta, we go into the final 10 minutes of this 25-minute plus 1 lap race. Credit to be given to Newman Chi, also took that victory in the 3rd round of the championship at Monza. Yes, he's riding for the team which have had 7 drivers champions. He is a young rookie, but has been faultless and really deserves credit. Does Newman Chi in car 28, 2nd outright, 1st rookie, has barely made any mistake this season, and the highlight being a victory thus far. He's running in 2nd at the moment. Newman Chi in 2nd place with his championship leading teammate just behind. There's Dupé in the background, who's been caught by Kirill Kutzkov for Maffei Racing. Gets something of a slipstream going down the back straight. Car 31, the first non-Prema Racing team, is from Switzerland. First non-Prema Racing Team driver, I should say, is from Switzerland. That's Nakamura Berta. Over the back of Chi. This further back. David Walter fighting with Harry Barnsell, the newly crowned GB4 champion. Walter also for Maffei Racing. There's Barnsell, Coppola for Techno Race. Cotti, Cortez. Peyton Westcott, who's second in the women's trophy, the Californian rookie as well, ahead of Matilda Parts. David Walter comes onto the straight. He has had a frustrating 2025 as well. Now defending from the Indian, who has to go on the outside of the Dane, the Techno race driver. Francesco Coppola just ahead in car 87. That's his teammate on debut. Two drivers for the Techno race team here this weekend. This is the first of which. Emily Cotti just behind Francesco Coppola in car 87. Defensive from David Walter, seemingly with a horsepower deficit. Then Ari Barnsell, who had the biggest victory of his career 6 days ago at Donington in the United Kingdom, crowned GB4 champion. Over the back of the 45 Maffey Racing car. We see down the back straight one of the RSGP drivers. Looks to be Alexander Sabinkov. Rejoins right into the middle of the circuit as Walter goes by at over 200 kilometers an hour. A scary moment there. The yellow flag was waving as now Coppola has finally gone by and taken David Walter. A huge moment there for Alexander Sabinkov. This is the reason why he was helped big time. Coming onto the straight, coming together with one of the Van Amersfoort racing drivers to complete 360s. Incredibly, the car is still straight and drivable. So that may explain why he rejoined right in the middle of the circuit as the field raced by at over 200 kilometers an hour. We stay green. Kutskov now on the back of Andrea Dupé. This is Weldon. Back to Newman Chi, Kim Nakamura Berta, and the fight for P4. He'll get the run going onto the backstrap. There is Popov in the background. Andrea Dupé with the wide line now has to defend. Kutskov, the 2023 World Kart Racing champion, goes to the outside, does not need the slipstream. Maffey Racing versus the Prema Racing team. Defense from Andrea Dupé. He'll close the door on the inside. Kutskov, can he make it up onto the podium? Tries the outside, has to defend from Max Popov. Davai Kittel. Kutskov on the back of Dupé, now getting frustrated. Andrea running out of grip. Kirill Kutskov running out of road. Here comes Popov in the background into Emanuele Olivieri. Andrea Dupé will stay to his right, to your left. Kutskov around the outside. And the team from Switzerland with their roots deep in the heart of Africa from Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. Over the back of the fourth Prema Racing driver, Andrea Dupé. Great performance, but he's running out of speed. He's running out of grip. He's running out of track position as Popov on the inside of his countrymen. The two Russians now go wheel to wheel. Kutskov ahead of Popov, who, remember, finished P3 on the podium this morning. Weldon is racing away as we go into the final 5 minutes of this second of 5 races here this weekend. Popov on the inside of Kutskov. Olivieri around the outside of La Quercia into turn 8. There was just millimetres between the RSGP and Van Amersfoort racing drivers. A sedate race this morning, but it has certainly come alive here this afternoon at Misano on Italy's Adriatic coast. Weldon from Team Nakamura Berta. Dupé, car 5, position 4, just with some breathing space as they go down the back straight. Popov for Van Amersfoort Racing now has to defend from the first of 5 Italians in this 44-strong field here this weekend. Olivieri, who is actually 6th in the series, looking to get some points out of the second of 5 races here this weekend. Dupé with breathing space, but Kirill Kutskov will attack once again. 3.5 seconds between Weldon Chi, Nakamura Berta, and this battle between Dupé, Kutskov, Popov on your screen for Van Amersfoort Racing. He's now being attacked by Olivieri. Cosmo Christopher in the background, position 8, and the third rookie for HM Racing, Ruta, and Artem Severukyan in position 10. The dark visor on the Schuberth helmet of Max Popov. The sun glistening off the black and orange bodywork. The Dutch team celebrating half a century of competition in world motorsport. Popov, head of Olivieri, RSGP, the Italian for the French team. Also with a long and storied history, not only in F4, F3, F2, and currently racing in the European Le Mans Series as well. There's Cosmo Christopher. Ruta comes onto the straight. Severukyan. Time running out for Kirill Kutzkov. P5 would be his best result of what has been a frustrating season so far. The same also can be said for Emanuele Olivieri, who started 2025 with victory in the United Arab Emirates F4 Championship in the Middle East. It was a 1-2. Olivieri and Powell for the RSGP team. This is Cosmo Christopher, car 13, the driver from Bucharest, who took that stunning pole position at Vallelunga in Rome, the second round of the championship. Take nothing away from Sebastian Weldon, who is almost 4 seconds clear now of his teammates, plural. Going down into turn 8, we expect there to be 2 laps remaining at the conclusion of this one. 4 victories last year in the US Junior Series, the Road to Indy in US Formula 2000 at the NOLA Motorsport Parks Virginia International Raceway off memory. This will be his 5th victory in the I'll say that again, in the Italian F4 Championship. Sebastian going down the back straight has got 4 seconds between himself and his rookie Chinese teammate Newman Chi. Incidentally, Gabriel Gomez did rejoin the race 7 laps down. Obviously, it was to test if that alternator replacement had worked. He's pulled back into pit lane, as has Florentin helped him out. The 2 retirements, heartbreakingly, for the pole sitter, the Brazilian. The South American out as you look at the North American here on Italy's Adriatic coast. We'll cross the line with just over 40 seconds remaining, so 2 laps remaining for the Andretti Jr., who's got a stunningly bright future ahead of him. Victory this morning in the first race of the weekend. 36-2 now. David Walter just a few moments ago with the big, in fact it's Kutzkov. Kutzkov has finally gone through, but did he hold off Popov? Yes. Kutzkov, Davai Kirill, goes on through. He's now just a step off the podium. Just sent it. Fabulous pass from Kirill. The Swiss-Ethiopian team, Murphy Racing, just joining the series a couple of years ago, up against the might of Prema Racing, which are running 1, 2, and 3. They were, of course, founded back in 1983. Van Amersfoort Racing, founded back in 1975. Murphy Racing, just a couple of seasons old, and they're now just a step off the podium with Kirill Kutzkov, the 2023 World Kart Racing Champion, coming onto the back straight now. Surely he won't make the podium. Well, not unless something happens to the driver on your screen, Newman Chi, who's been outstanding in general in all of 2025. Kin Nakamura, the champion-elect, now just a lap away from celebrating officially to become the 12th champion of the world's most competitive junior car racing series. Newman Chi, P2, P1 in the rookie race, but it's Sebastian who crosses the line to get the last lap board in position 1. We start lap 18, and the American from the Chinese and Japanese drivers, former European kart racing champion with Kart Republic, multiple WSK champion, Kin Nakamura. First race with us over half a decade ago in the 60 mini car category. in WSK World Kart Racing. In fact, looking down the field to find the first driver who did not race in WSK World Karting, of course WSK Promotion, 2 decades, 20th anniversary season of World Motorsport. I really can't find a name until we get down to the likes of Bader Al-Salati, who's in 14th place, the 2023 Qatari Kart Racing Champion. Of course, Sebastian did all his racing over in the United States of America, karting-wise. He's on his final lap. It will be his 5th victory. He will overtake also Gabriel Gomez in the fight for 2nd in the championship. Kin Nakamura Berta just a few hundred meters away from celebrating officially here to become the 12th ever champion of the world's most competitive junior car racing series. But the driver, once again, from Florida in the United States of America, the Andretti Jr. goes 2 from 2. He takes the checkered flag. Sebastian Weldon wins again here at Misano. G across the line in P2. Kin Nakamura Berta is the champion for 2025. Kirill Kuzkov with a season best P4 for Matthew Racing. But the day belongs to K&B. Kin Nakamura Berta has become the 12th ever champion of the world's most competitive junior car racing series. The English-born Slovakian Japanese driver takes victory for the Prema Racing team. He is the champion for 2025. Weldon, with his 5th victory of the season, moves into 2nd in the series. But Kin Nakamura Berta has won the 2025 Italian F4 Championship at the final round here in Misano. He joins a long list of champions going back to the inaugural title winner Lance Stroll, Ralph Aron, Marcus Siebert for Jensen Motorsport in 2016, Marcus Armstrong in 2017, Enzo, that was Fittipaldi in 2018, Dennis of course took the title in 2019 for Van Amersfoort Racing. That was Hauger Gabriele the first Italian to win the series in 2020. Ollie Behrman, 21 for PAR. Andrea Il Bolognese. Antonelli, the 2022 champion. Casper Stuga, 2023. A year ago, it was Fast Freddie Slater who became the 2nd English driver to win the world's most competitive junior car racing series. And now the first driver from Japan, albeit London-born, Kin Nakamura Berta, has won the 2025 Italian F4 Championship in a 48-strong field from all around the world. Just 5 drivers from the host nation of Italy. Kin Nakamura Berta has won in the Italian sunshine here at the MotoGP circuit of Misano. He will celebrate. Finishes on the podium in 3rd place. Another victory for Sebastian Weldon.
Sebastian Weldon wins race number 2. Newman Chi in position 2. Kin Nakamura Berta in P3. Harrison, I am going to watch it. I need to stream this first. Bloody hell. Kirill Kostov in P4. Maximilian Popov P5. Andrea Charles Dup in P6. Emmanuel Olivieri in P7. David Cosman Christopher in P8. Alexander Ruta in P9. Kabir Anurag, Alex Powell, Jan Kolar, Balu Al-Sulti, Aray Barnzu, David Walter, Francisco Coppola, and many more rounding out that grid. But Kin Nakamura Berta wins the championship by 93 points over the American sensation Sebastian Weldon. Gabriel Gomez loses position 2. He drops to 3rd, and Salim Hanna still cannot win the championship in the rookie race over Newman Chi in position 2. It's closed up. We've got 2 more championships to wrap up. Prema's won the Constructors, but it's now time for the rookie championship to be wrapped up. It has to be wrapped up this round. But Sebastian Weldon wins race number 2 for the Italian F4 Championship. Of course, we're just moments away. As you can see there, Kin Nakamura Berta P1 in the Italian F4 Championship. We're just moments away from the Bathurst 1000 getting underway. So if I was you, I'd be heading over there right now. We're only 5 minutes away from that Repco Bathurst 1000 getting right underway. So make sure you head over there straight away right after this one. Only a few moments away, but he's the champion. the Italian team, Prema, put together their Japanese driver as the world champion of Italian F4. That is quite special for King Nakamura Bertha, the Japanese driver. His celebration over the line was just spectacular. We love to see new drivers winning almost every year. Of course, Andrea Kimi Antonelli won here in 2022. There's one person in the stream right now, so it's only me that's going to be talking to you, I know. But, yeah, so we have there, of course, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, what is now soon to be, and he is already a Formula 1 driver, driving in Mercedes this year. Newman Chi going up to him, celebrating, and so is Salim Hana as well. King Nakamura Bertha getting weighed, making sure, of course, he's not underweight at all. But, yeah, we're not moments away from the Bathurst 1000 getting underway. Make sure you switch over there right now. It's on KO Sports, so you can catch it live and ad break free on Fox Sports. I'm promoting you, Fox Sports. Don't ban me for that, because you've done that before. So, yeah. But Newman Chi grabs second spot. And, of course, that rookie race will be decided in race number 3. We are just moments away. We've only got 4.5 minutes until the Repco Bathurst 1000. I'm going to leave you over to Atchi Sport to decide the podium. And I'm going to go get ready. Let's head it down to the podium.
Here months ago in the opening round with the 3 wins out of 3. And now it's come full circle with a championship victory.
Yeah, it's been an incredible year all round. Prema have done an incredible job, and I think I've done my part as well. We always knew we were always going to be strong coming back here. We had a few issues yesterday, but yeah, it's we put them right today, and I think it's been an incredible 2 results so far and an incredible season. So yeah, I can't thank them enough. It's been winning this year just feels so great coming from last year. So massive thanks to everyone there, especially my engineer Mark, Mikhail Guido, and Max, and what else who's helped, and Gary and Dean, and obviously my parents and my sister for supporting me off track as well. So yeah, it hasn't really sunk in yet, but yeah, it feels good.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Of race 2, it actually began with a low light with Gabriel Gomez out before the start. Sebastian Weldon from grid 2 effectively assumed pole position, raced into P1, took the race leader from there. Nobody saw which way the American went. Another great start from Max Popov. Split the Prema Racing drivers. Kabir Anurag, another scintillating start from the Singaporean, who was through into P6 in the early stages as Gabriel Gomez stepped out of car 78 with alternator failure. Would rejoin for just a single lap. This contact between Kabir Anurag and Max Popov.
So I'm going to wrap it up there. The Repco Bathurst 1000 is only a few moments away. Beautiful job to King Nakamura Bertha, who took that win, and that big crash that we saw that brought out the safety car, rolling that F4 car over just not once, but twice. But Sebastian Weldon ends the day. Race number 2 winner with King Nakamura Bertha, your champion of 2025. We are moments away from the Repco Bathurst 1000. The great race is about to begin. It's going to be live on Fox Sports. Head over there right now. It's time to go racing.